second. I'm here. Just hold on.
Perfect. 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 Perfect.
What's up, fam? What's going on? How you doing? Welcome to the Sports Coma Night Edition, man. We in the building. It's going on, family. How you doing, man? We chiming in, man, and we getting it together. And we welcome some of the fam to the building show. We coming to you a little late. We getting the rest of our facts together. For the night show, Sports Coma live stream number 13 is in the building, family. How you doing, man? How you doing? We got a few people in the building. Y'all chat, hit the chat up, talk to us, let us know where you're chatting from, family. Live stream number 13, show 401, covering the 13th day of, well, 13th, the 10th day, actually, of what's going on with Camp Elite Goods. What's happening, baby? Who that to you? The Saints wrapped up day number 10 at Tulane Stadium. Black Suede was in the building, down reporting on it. He got a full report at Suede. And what's going on, Suede? How you doing, sir? What's happening? Let's see Black Suede to see if he's in the building. Let's see here. Let's see if we had Suede. Suede, are you in the building? Let's see if we can get Suede here. We just had him a moment ago. Let's see if we can bring him back. Black Suede. All right, hold on, family. We're gonna get Swayed in the building as the family start chiming in. We got a lot to talk about, family, but we're gonna get Swayed on the line, and we're gonna get him here on the line and talk to us. Hold on, just a second, there, family. What's up, family? Welcome to the live stream. We're gonna cover it. Got Black
Hello.
Swede coming in the building. What's up, Swede? How you doing, sir?
Oh man, what's going on, sir?
All good, my man. Live stream number 13, episode 401. We're in the building, family. As some of the family is starting to slowly trickling into the live stream. Welcome in. And I like to start every show, both podcast and live stream, with the phrase that I've been doing for some time now. And I say, welcome, welcome, welcome. You're now rocking with the Sports Coma with Big Q and the guys. And we have intense, entertaining, educating, and enlightening sport talk from your favorite sports family. I'm Big Q, if you don't know. And on the line, we got Black Swede chiming in. Swede, how you doing, sir?
Q, you're low on me, Q. I can barely hear you, sir.
Okay, can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
Okay. All right. We're gonna make it happen, sir. But we got Swede in the building covering in today's podcast. We're gonna cover Saints camp, day number 10, family. News and notes. We're gonna break it down. We got some interviews. We're gonna play for you. Coach Sean Payton, among other Saints, are gonna chime in on today's 2-hour practice at Yeoman Stadium. And very interesting, man. Today we ain't going to do an extended, really long show. We can just kind of hit and run with this short live stream. But without further ado, family, and some of the families start trickling in, man. Let's get it going, man. Before I like to start, man, I like to give a shout out, and I'm probably going to do it too, to the brother who.
Oh, by the way, I'm sorry, Q.
Yeah.
Going low again, sir.
Okay, hold on here.
There we go.
Hold on here. All right, I'm going to speak it up a little bit here. All right, family. Let me get a little closer to this thing here. How that sound, Sweet? That's better?
Back down, sir.
All right, okay. All right. I don't know what's going on here, family. We're going to just have to kind of get it together here. All right. All right, we're going to talk about it today, family. Before we get going, how that sound, Sweet? Can you hear me good?
Nope, still low.
Still low. What the heck is
Still
going
low.
All right. Well, Swede say still. Okay, Swede. Just if you can hear me pretty good, if you could follow me, man, just do your best to follow me until we kind of get these issues resolved. I don't know what the heck going on.
I got you.
All right. So what we're gonna do is, man, we're gonna kind of puddle through it, but before we get going, man, I'd like to thank all the community, all the Sports Coma family for chiming in today on the.
What's up, sports family?
We're gonna
What's up, Coma family?
We gotta give a shout out to all the family in the building to Rome. I don't know what's going on, why you can't see any practices on YouTube yet. Probably they ain't put them up yet. Give them maybe another hour or two. You'll start seeing some highlights from it. Showing some of the highlights you could probably see on some of the local news channels. Channel 6, Channel 4, Channel 26, some of those guys, they'll have some information for you as far as that goes. So I say probably by another hour you'll get something from YouTube. That's usually how they do it. Now, before we get going, I want to give a shout out to the brother from Practical Paracords. I want to give him a shout out for making me this tremendous, excellent Sports Coma paracord bracelet. I don't know if your family can see it.
What?
Real nice, man.
I want a bracelet. I want a bracelet, man.
Give the brother a shout out. This is excellent, done excellent work. It's the brother Don Dennis Jr. He's the owner and operator from Practical Paracords, and he has a shop on Etsy, practicalparacords.etsy.com, and you can get all kind of great bracelets like this one made. And I have one made in with the traditional Saints gear, Saints colors, black, gold, and white, and with the sports Coma emblem sitting within the center of it. I love it. It's an excellent piece of work. The man done a great job on it, and I just wanted to give the brother some love, man. And I don't know if y'all guys can see his card. If you can see his card here, I'm gonna try to hold it up so the family can see the brother's business card here. I don't know, can y'all see that, family? Get as close as I can to it.
Yeah. I can't see the card yet. Hold on, let me see.
All right, give him some love there. But this is the brother's card. This is a card that came with this tremendous work, practical paracords. Y'all get y'all one, man. He got customs going on, doing an excellent job. And the brother, like I said, is the brother's Don Dennis Jr. practicalparacords.etsy.com. The brother did a fantastic job with my bracelet. I'm very happy. And I want y'all, all the Sports Coma family and the Who Dats across the hemisphere, to give this brother a play. You know, get his brother a play. He's a Who Dat too, just like us. And when we got Who Dats that's doing business, we got to support him. So I'm going to give him a great round of applause and a thank you for making me this fantastic bracelet with the Sports Coma, black, gold, and white, baby. I will wear it with pride and happiness, as you can see,
pride
family.
and happiness now.
There you go. So big ups to that brother. Now let's get right on to it, and then toward the end of the podcast, I want to give a shout out to another business from another Who Dat before we get up out of here. So today's episode, family, like I said, some of the family starting to trickle in. Saints Camp day number 10. We got some news and notes for you guys to give to you. Also, we have interviews from Coach Sean Payton and others as well. And plus, we'll answer any questions you guys have on the live stream. And we just got like a quick hour live stream, less than an hour. We'll get in here and we'll get it done. Because some of us got to get up early tomorrow morning and handle business. So, okay, without further ado, let's get it right to it. Swade was at Yeoman Stadium today, and the brother was kind enough to kind of give us an opportunity to kind of break things down. So, Swade, without further ado, brother, what did you observe from?
I will work for food, but once I got up in there, man, there's a lot of things I saw, and like I said, we had to discuss. Let's see what I want to bring up. Eric McCoy. Let's talk about my man Eric McCoy. This is a top guy on your list, and we talked about him and Nick Easton, I think his name was, and that the Saints scrambled for Nick Easton in an impulse buy just because of the retirement of our main center. What was the guy's name?
Max Unger.
Help me out here.
Max Unger. Max Unger. Can you hear me, Swade? Max Unger. Go ahead, Swade. I can follow you. Max Unger is his name. Okay, Swade. I still hear him. Can you hear me, Swade? We can still hear you there. Are you all right?
I can't hear you.
Okay, hold on. We're gonna get Swade on there. We having problems with his phone. We're gonna get him in there. I don't know what's going on tonight with the phone lines, but we're gonna try Swade and get him back here, family. Just hold on just a second. We're gonna get Swade in here.
Hello?
All right, Swade, go ahead, man. The name of the dude is Max Unger. Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, that's all good, man. So, can you hear me now?
I can hear you loud and clear. Go for it.
All right. So, Eric McCoy started again with his first team, and for those of us counting, it's his fifth straight practice with the first team. And this is a guy you were pretty high on, Eric McCoy.
Mm-hmm.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Keep it going, brother. Keep going.
Well, what's how you? Eric McCoy looked real good. Matter of fact, he made a couple of blocks, couple of key blocks out there. And you know, I just wanted to get your take on, if this guy can possibly be our starting center.
No doubt about it. For the next 10 years, my take on it has always been the same. It won't change. I've been on the record, and the family know who that 985J, who that Adrian, Sean D, Jerome, Elite Goods in the building. More of the family starting to trickle in. But, the family members have heard me say this countless times that I know for a fact that Eric McCoy is going to be the Saints starting center for the next 10 years. And he'll make you forget about Max Unger. And Max Unger's pretty damn center when he was playing. He was a top 5 center during the duration of his career. So really big on really big on Eric McCoy and him locking down the center position for a very long time, Sweet. That's my take on it.
Oh, yeah, man. We also have Cam Jordan. We have Ted Ginn. They stretched out with the team at the beginning. But after the stretch, they didn't practice. Of course, I wanted to see those two. Mm-hmm. But they took the pads off after stretching and just sat on the side, I guess, to take their little Veterans Day off, and sit on the sideline and eat sunflower seeds. And so that's what they did. A couple of people that didn't practice today, Teron Armstead, Pat Robertson, Chris Banjo, David Onyemata, Deontay Harris, Emmanuel Butler, which is his fourth because they don't matter. But those pretty much the top people that missed practice today. But we got to see A.J. Klein, got to see DeMario Davis and Mario Edwards and Larry Warford.
All right.
In the building.
All right.
Man. It was really exciting to see those key players that came back. By the way, since Armstead was out, they decided to slide Andrews Pete to left tackle, and Michael Ola came in at left guard.
Okay. Good deal. Good news there, Wade. Another shout out to a new listener of the show. Who that to your brother Gino Slice 54 chiming in the chat, family. Let's give our newest brethren who just chiming in from Houston, giving him a shout out as he's joining the live stream for the first time. Welcome, brother. He says, I'm a who that friend, 30-year New Orleans native, but we don't get much Louisiana sports here in Houston. I'm glad to have shows like yours. Looking forward to watching it. But my question here is, what happened to big guy from BYU, Carbon Kafusi? Carbon Kafusi, Gino, is still on the team. Not much has been made of him at this point. He's not really making any noise at this point. A lot of other guys are. Gino Grissom, we're hearing from him. We're hearing from Trey Hendrickson. But not too much on Carbon Kafusi. He's a massive human, but we don't hear too much from from Carbon Kafusi to answer your question, brother. So who that to you, and glad to have you aboard. Who that to you, Quincy? He in the building. Don't let Q hear good news about Pete. I rocks with Pete. Hey. That man, to be speaking for Andrews Pete, man. Terrific talent. I really like Andrews Pete, man. I respect his work ethic and what he bringing to the table, man. Really like Andrews Pete, man. And people know when I start talking about Andrews Pete, I gotta get a little feisty, because usually people like to try to label Andrews Pete in a negative condition. So, family, we dialing back some of the guys here dialing back Black Sweet. We having problems with the phone lines. Phones keep dropping.
They had no mosquitoes or nothing. You know what I'm saying? Probably had three termites out there, but it was all good. Now, after I finished my corn dog and my Diet Coke, I noticed they had the Buckeye battle out there, man.
Buckeye battle.
The Buckeye battle. That's what I call with MT13 and Lattimore, man. They go head to head, and This past Saturday, Lattimore got the best of the $100 million man. But today, Drew Brees stung Michael Thomas on the side for a 20-yard connection right in front of Marshawn Lattimore. So
All right.
he kind of got the best of him today. That was real interesting, and the crowd, cheering, and hey, I actually asked Michael Thomas for $5. I figured he had it, but he ignored me.
He definitely got it. He definitely got it, man. He definitely got that in the bank by now.
Right, but it's nice to see those two battle each other. Those two play high performance at their positions, and only can make each other better. So it's a real joy to watch, man.
That's what's up, bro. Big ups to Glenn. Glenn is in the building. Who that Glenn? Glenn is asking about Nate Wozniak, the big tackle. And Nate, not nothing on Nate Wozniak as of yet. Of course, we know Nate was on the team last year, converted from a tight end, very low production tight end from, I think he was at Minnesota. He came from Minnesota as a tight end, very low production tight end. The Saints seen him and try to transition him to a tackle. Even believed in him to the point where they let Rick Leonard go, and I was kind of taken back by that. But Nate Wozniak is like a practice squad player, hadn't really made that great transition yet. But from what I've been reading about Nate Wozniak, not really much to talk about with Nate Wozniak right now, Glenn. So just to answer your question, I know Brother Gino just asked about another massive human, Carbon Kafusi, who's about 6'9", and it'd be interesting to see Carbon Kafusi, who's a defensive end, who's 6'9", battle 6'10", Nate Wozniak, the battle of the massive humans on the Saints team. But Nate's not very good, and Carbon Kafusi has yet to determine, what his stance is. Haven't heard anything, but it's still early on, and we're gonna see about that. So, Ace Wade, do me a favor, sir. I think that's you echoing. Could you just slightly turn down the background audio you got? I think you got a little background audio going on. It's got a delay in it. No, it's gone away. Thank you.
No problem, brother.
Thank you. But anything else you want to deliver? I know you was talking about the Buckeye battle.
The Buckeye battle. Well, a little bit of a surprise today, which we are not used to. My man Drew Brees.
All right.
He threw 2 picks today.
Wow.
2 interceptions, right?
Okay.
One, and both of them were intended for Jared Cook.
Mm-hmm.
One was intercepted by our guy that we talked about earlier, coming from out the free safety position, Saquon Hampton, man.
Saquon
Hampton.
That's right.
Trying to hit Jared Cook in the seams, and guess who jumped in front of that? I'm Batman. Saquon Hampton jumped in front of that man, took that ball straight out the air, dude. It was beautiful.
All right.
I think this guy has the potential, man. This is his second time getting a pick. I think last practice he got a pick from Teddy Bridgewater, which isn't hard. But I mean, he still got one in all fairness.
Okay.
I think this guy has the potential, man. From what I'm seeing live from this guy can move, dude. He has instinct, like natural instinct for the ball, without even having a real definition or a real clue of what's supposed to be going on. This dude has just a natural instinct. Mm-hmm. It's like a fish on land. You throw him in the water, he's gonna start swimming. You throw him on the field, you put him in free safety, man. Put him in that backfield. He's what's going on, dude. So I think this is gonna be a definitely good good selection for the Saints, dude.
Okay, wonderful. That's good. To hear about Saquon Hampton.
The second interception, right? Second interception was by Demario Davis.
Demario Davis.
He was going to Jared Cook, but it was tipped by Eli Apple. And when it was tipped by Eli Apple, Demario Davis, bam, picked that thing up, tip drill. And by the way, Eli Apple, I guess we can't say surprisingly, because we kind of predicted this last year. Eli Apple is having a solid camp, and he's been a solid player all along. And I guess, just having a bad start in the Giants and coming to New Orleans and getting a fresh start kind of helps a player out. So I see him kind of opening up, man.
All right, that's good. It's good to see finally Eli Apple getting more comfortable in the defensive schemes the Saints. And like I said, a lot of people was giving Eli Apple flack last year and this year about it, but I was explaining to people that Eli Apple came in the middle of the year, and had he had been during the full camp, you'd have seen a better player. So he was kind of thrust into a starting role, and he was learning on the fly, and of course he was making a lot of mistakes. Now you see him more comfortable with the Saints scheme. You can see him playing with in instinct as opposed to standing out there thinking all the time.
Right.
So he's really starting. I'm really glad the Saints. Hopefully, he's another guy that we make mention of that is a free agent as well. Maybe the Saints can, keep him and ultimately keep Marshawn Lattimore together for a long time. We'll see. Before Swade finishes getting into the rest of his camp things, we got Black Swade on the phone, family. Black Swade, one of the guys from the Sports Coma, and he was at the Tulane Stadium during the camp, during the day 10 things, and he's reporting directly from the camp his observations of what happened down there. So Swade was there. So that's who's on the phone, family. And we're gonna play. We're gonna hear some more today's information from Swade, and we're gonna play some interviews too. We got Sean Payton coming up for day 10 here at the camp. We're gonna play a few more interviews too as we proceed today through this live stream. Okay, Randy, what's happening, Randy's in the building. Who that to you, baby? Who that to you too, Larry? Who that, baby? Good to see you. You and Randy back in the building. Randy asked the question, what you think about Dez Bryant's situation. Have you read the latest article about him? I have, Glenn. Randy, we covered that in the last live stream. Toward the end, we had some sound issues, so I wanted to kind of reapproach that again, and we're going to do that toward the end after we finish the camp. But yeah, I'm aware of what Dez Bryant said. Matter of fact, I'm going to play the interview portion of the interview with Dez Bryant so you can hear it from his mouth, what he said about. Hold on. Yeah, I've been aware of that, and we're going to cover that today in the show. Swade, can you hear me? Swade? Okay, hold on, family. All right. We kind of lost Swade again. Oh, my goodness. That's lost Wade again. His sound, boy, I tell you tonight, the phones are not operating and not acting right tonight. I tell you one thing. Phones are not cooperating tonight. But you know what? I don't care if the Falcons are messing with the Lions. I don't care if the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I don't care if the Dallas Cowgirls. I don't care if they all are trying to mess with these phone lines. It won't stop us from delivering the message to the people about the Saints. So you Falcons tech people and you Dallas Cowboy people could keep playing around with the tech and messing with the phone lines. It won't stop us from doing our podcast and our live stream. We gonna keep on doing it. So yeah, Adrian says going in and out. Yeah, we just had that. Larry said can't hear. Y'all guys, give me a thumbs up if you can hear me now. We're gonna get through this thing. So y'all just bear with us here. We're gonna get through this thing, get this information out. Now, thumbs up to all the family in the live stream. If y'all can hear us loud and clear, we proceed. Gino, Quincy, Glenn, Randy, Larry, Elite Goods, 985J, all you brothers and sisters in the live stream, Adrian, Sean, Jerome. If you can hear me, thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up. Let me know you guys can hear me and Swade on the live stream right now. We'll proceed to go forward with the rest of the information. The next thing I got lined up. That's right, Adrian. Adrian said, keep pushing forward, Big Q, Big Q. Okay, the family, thumbs up from Adrian. She hears. How about the rest of the family that's in the live stream? Thumbs up if you guys can hear me. Give me a shot. Let me know that you can hear me loud and clear, and we'll proceed to keep going on. Quincy's giving me a big thumbs up. Yes, sir. Thank you, Quincy. And the rest of the family, we're gonna keep on running this thing. All right, so the next thing we're going to talk about, Swade has some more observations he's going to hit you with, but before we allow Swade to do that, let's play some Sean Payton. Let's see what Coach Payton has to say about today's camp, day number 10 at Tulane.
Questions after tonight? Sean, this is another year here. What's been the best part about coming here? Well, I think anytime you change the routine up, push practice back. I thought they handled it well. The other thing is we get a great turnout. And I think it's just another exposure for our fans. But the facility is fantastic. You get a sense the crowd's right on you here. And our training camps attendance has been great. But I think this every year is a real good change up. I think it's good for the fans and for us.
Is
he had a big play tonight. He's got good hands, and he's one of those players. The ball kind of finds him a little bit. So I've been encouraged. He's smart.
Was he? I know we talked a little about it in the draft, but was he particularly a special teams standout, or that was an added?
Well, I think when you read a vision for a player, you feel like he's developing safety and a guy that we feel confident that's going to be able to come in and help right away. So you're trying to read the vision in year one. And that doesn't take anything away from him defensively, but it's just as you look at a rookie making the roster and then what he can do in the first part of the season, that was the early vision.
Sean, how big a chance do you feel like Kamara could join a rare group and be a 1,000-yard receiver and a 1,000-yard rusher in the same year?
Well, look, I think he's got that flexibility in his game. I think he excels at a lot of things. He's got really, really good balance, and he's strong on his feet. So, a lot of it just depends on, each week, where we see him and how we see him involved. And the sum total still, it starts with winning. And but he's got those traits. I mean, he's got those traits to run in, receive.
Have you seen a difference in his route running? He's mentioned how much he's worked on this offseason.
Look, he's a tireless worker, and he's got very natural hands. So he gives you a lot of flexibility when you're putting him into the passing game. He can be out in space in empty sets. He can come back in. Those are all real good traits for his position.
Coach, I know you're big on the history of the Saints and coming back here where they started. Can you talk about what that's like, just to know that they started the history?
Yeah, I think we've tried to in our 13 years really celebrate and pay attention to those who came before us, and I think the Bensons have done a great job of really creating that culture for our alumni, not just our current players. And so there's a number of reasons it makes sense to be back here.
Is it that day today for some guys and yesterday too? What's your thought process into the timing of which guys get a vet day this day versus?
Well, we kind of map it out prior to training camp, and we look at peak loads, and then we look at ramp up days, and then there's three different groups of players. So some might be on a vet day or kind of a wear and tear day, and others might not be. But it is laid out, discussed, and we actually meet on it before training camp begins. All right, thank you.
All right, that's Coach Payton family chiming in on what happened to day 10 at Tulane Stadium. And, I mean, I seen some of the pictures. And, Swade, how was the environment down at Tulane Stadium? It was like a college. A lot of people came out and watched the game. I remember you told me that before.
A lot of people. They had like 12,000 expected people out there. And it looked even – I guess you can't tell the difference between 10 and 12, but it looked like a lot of people. It was fan-oriented pretty much. They had something going on between 5 and 6, and then they started the practices at 7. During practice, man, they had like classic rock and roll playing through the PA systems. It was awesome, man. The Saints went around, the players came around, signed autographs. So it was pretty beautiful, man. And I always said it's always good for them to have their training camps here for fan appreciation, rather than go out to Virginia like they used to and come back with 7-9 records.
Yeah, I remember that. We gave him a lot of flack for that, man. I promise you that much.
Going to the spa.
Going to the country club and coming back with diddly squat. That was a disaster, man. I mean,
I never understood why. And they say it was because of the heat, but I mean, you have an indoor facility, so I mean they paid a good penny for it. So I mean, why not utilize that if it's too hot? And sometimes the heat is beneficial because it prepares you for the season.
Right. That's I agree with that wholeheartedly. Okay, but Sway has some more observations, and let's put a little part in there. Let's play Alex Anzalone. He chimes in on what happened today at the camp. Here's Alex Anzalone, yo.
Alex, how important was it for you last year to get
I think it's big. I mean, you can imagine how big that is, you know, just playing a full season. You know, physically and kind of getting used to the league and, you know, physically how it works, but then also mentally and, you know, gain the knowledge of the offenses as it's going. Yeah, it was close to my face. Anyways, and yeah, the season goes on, you just gain a lot more, you know, mentally.
And does that also help you then when you go into the offseason, you don't have to do much rehab and you can just kind of focus on?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, just working out and, you know, doing all the off-season stuff. And, you know, I stay on top of that stuff either way. So, you know, there's always room for improvement in, you know, every aspect of, you know, your body.
Alex, how difficult it is to cover one-on-one like Alvin Kamara, those angle routes. How would you compare him like to other backs when you're in that situation? I know you can game plan and bracket him, but when you are on that island.
Yeah, I mean, obviously during training camp, it's really good work. We don't really do any scheming or any, you know, bracketing like you said on AK. But, you know, obviously in the game, I'm sure we would do something with him just because he's such a big problem for defenses around the league.
Anyone around the NFL comparing?
No.
Is his route running even better than it has been? He's mentioned he's worked on it.
I mean, yeah, I'm sure he's gotten better. I mean, he's always been good to me. You know, he's always been a tough cover. So, you know, when I'm covering him, I always got to get locked in.
Alex Anzalone, man, breaking it down. Alex Anzalone is one of my favorite. You know, I got a team of favorite Saints. AJ Klein, Alex Anzalone, both of those guys listen to the Sports Coma. It's Demario Davis is one of my favorite dudes too. His work ethic. You know, Drew Brees is in that. Cam Jordan. You know, it's a bunch of really good players that are, you know, that just solid overall people. You know, Mike Thomas is another one of those dudes. You got to throw that in the picture. So big ups to Alex Anzalone. Fought through all the injuries, and he's healthy and producing. And he's one of the faster linebackers that we have in coverage. And he was talking about Mike Thomas. He's excellent superstar talent, excellent player, and he does a terrific job of making things happen. So Alex Anzalone is ready to ball this season. It's going to be interesting to see just how he handles things. Now, Sway, what else you want to add to this, man? Anything else you want to add to the camp? I know you've seen a few other things you wanted to add and share with the family. What you got, brother? Sway, are you still there? All right, Swade seems to have dropped out again, fam. We'll get him back. But Glenn has answered it. Glenn said, Alexander Odom ready to break out. He looks ripped. Quincy says, who do y'all feel will emerge as a number one slot wide receiver this year? Who do y'all feel will emerge as the number one slot receiver this year? Me personally, to answer that question, Quincy, I would have to say Rashard Matthews to me is the number one option, I'm thinking, at the slot position, unless injuries happen, unless Rashard Matthews doesn't pick up the playbook. But we haven't heard too much from Rashard Matthews, and I'm not saying that's that's not necessarily a bad thing. Remember, it's still very much early. We haven't even gotten to the first preseason game yet. So you'll start seeing guys like Devine Zigbo make a name for himself. You start seeing the veterans who've been in a massive amounts of camps, like Rashard Matthews, Sylvester Williams. You'll see Kevon Webster. You'll see the guys that you haven't heard about in training camp. You start hearing their name chime out during gameplay when the preseason comes. It happens every year. There's always some of the solid veterans in there that are making a name. Devine Zigbo and other guys like Emmanuel Butler, if healthy, we'll start seeing those names. Those guys just look like they belong out there, and then you'll see the guys that don't. So that's my answer to your question, Quincy. I hope it answers. Swade, you have anything else you want to add to the family after that interview from Alex Anzalone? What else you want to add with the family? Share with them.
Nothing pretty much, man. But I agree totally of what you were saying. You'll start seeing those names mentioned a lot during the preseason games, and like you said, it happens every year. One of them that I definitely didn't understand was, I think it was either last year or the year before, with Murphy. Remember that running back Murphy?
Marcus Murphy.
Marcus Murphy, man. I was in love with Marcus Murphy, man. I said, man, this dude is something else. He's gonna be a good addition to the lineup. And then they just let him go. They let him go to I can't remember what team they let him go to, but I remember seeing him during the season. Marcus Murphy, man. So, um, you're gonna see these names brought up a lot, and those are the ones that need to stay. And then you're gonna see the ones that like, yo, you remember? No, I don't remember him because he's gone. So. But another one of the things I witnessed during my Tulane visit. Now, after I sat down and had my nachos with extra cheese and jalapenos, I saw there was the matchup. Competitive, well spirited. Marcus Davenport, your man, beating Andrus Pete with the bull rush. I know you like that, huh? Don't you like some of that?
Yeah. That's big.
Because I know somebody said don't say nothing good about Andrus Pete.
Right.
But so there you go, right there, man. Marcus Davenport beating Andrus Pete with a bull rush. And also you have Eric McCoy, man. Like I said, he was doing a good job out there. He had a strong block against the defensive lineman, your boy Sylvester Williams.
That says a lot now.
Yeah, he attempted to do a spin move, and McCoy didn't bite. He stayed with Williams the whole time, man.
Told you he's a beast. I told you he's a beast.
Yeah, he is a beast, man. He's not unicorn beast. He's like monster beast, man.
Right.
You also had another guy that surprised me, who I never really heard of, Porter Gustin.
Porter Gustin from USC, yeah. Yeah, he got a non-stop motor.
Man.
Mm-hmm.
He showed a non-stop motor.
Mm-hmm.
His first effort produced a spinning inside move on Patrick Omame.
Right.
Then he followed up with another inside move on Patrick Omame, and who appeared to lose his balance and couldn't stay. He had him on skates, as you would say, right?
That's right.
He had him on skates. It was that skate country around that thing.
That's right, skate country.
He was moonwalking and he was moving them like a goddamn vending machine.
That's right.
So Patrick Omame is one of those people I do not expect to see after week 3 in preseason. All right, so.
All right.
There we have it, fellas.
All right, appreciate that, Sway, man. Thank you. Adrian shouting out Don Davis Jr., New Orleans native, owner of Practical Paracords. And I'm giving this brother a lot of love tonight, family, because he made this splendid bracelet right here, as you can see, Sports Coma, with the Saints black and gold and white. Really nice, really nice. I'm impressed. Really nice bracelet. Give this brother some support. He makes all kind of bracelets. His website is practicalparacords.etsy.com. Really did good work. Now, family, let's get into a few other things before we kind of, if you got any questions or comments you guys want to make, questioning Sway, feel free to question them. Please free to hit the chat up with the questions about camp tonight. Sway to answer them. I'll do my best to answer them. And we will press on. Now, I was looking at, we covered the Dez Bryant situation now. Of course, just a moment ago, we had one of the family members to ask about it. Who asked about it? Was that Larry? No, Randy. Randy asks about Dez Bryant. He says, what do you think about Dez Bryant's situation? Have you read the latest article about him? Yes, I have, Randy. To ask you a question, my man, I did read about what he was saying, and I even went as further as to have the actual.
What's the deal with you? What's the deal with you?
I actually had the actual interview that I'm going to play with Dez Bryant on the Tiki and Turney show, because that's where this came from. I'm going to pause for a second. Yeah, okay, family, we back. Swade, are you still there? Are you still there, Swade? Okay, we'll get Swade back in a moment, family. Let's play a little bit here from the article dealing with Tiki Barber and Turney as they talk about the Dez Bryant situation.
I'm not retiring. What I'm doing, I'm getting myself right. I'm getting myself focused. I need some me time. I just need to get it together.
And part of that is
Hold on, family. It just dropped out. Let's start it again.
That you suffered early in the season last year when you were at the New Orleans Saints. So first of all, how are you feeling physically? I think is the first question people want to know the answer to.
Well, physically, I'm feeling fine. I'm not exactly where I want to be, But I'm pleased with where I'm at. It all makes sense, and like I said, I really am. I'm just focusing on myself. I want to get right. I want to do the things that I know that I can do on the football field, and I need my focus to be 100% there. And when I get myself in order, that's what I'm gonna do if I'm up to it.
Yeah, when you say get yourself in order, you talking about like a mental break or emotional break? What are you referring to?
Well, I just mean like health wise. Like I said with my Achilles, I want to be able to plant correctly. Like I feel like I have been, but it needs to come back to me. It's just muscle memory, like it's just a natural thing.
Yeah, you want to be comfortable.
And, yes.
Listen, Teague, I'm going to tell you something about Dez Bryant, and him and I go way back. Nobody, and I'm not going to say nobody, but there's not a lot of people that work as hard as he does off the field. I know where your head's at. I understand where you're going, and I know you like to get into it a little bit, right? Dez likes to have his fun, and that's what people see on Twitter, and that's what happened a couple days ago.
That's what I like to do. I like to have fun. I like to be 100% transparent because I think we deserve to get that to the fans, and I've always been that way. And I just like to be me, and if I can't be me, it's not a bad thing to be yourself. Especially, I feel like it's not a bad thing for me to be myself. I think it's just good for the game. I think it's just good for society, period. And like I said, I'm gonna get right, and I'm gonna go from there.
That's what he said while he was on the Tiki and Turney show. He talked about his health as well. But one of the articles spoke about the fact that he said that he had unfinished business to do with the Saints. And I think that's one of the things that the family members are talking about. And it was really interesting that Dez Bryant said that, because I was saying that same thing over and over again about Dez Bryant, about the fact that I said that he had unfinished business. I said that before even Dez Bryant said that. And I'm not trying to claim credit for it. I'm just speaking the truth. And family members that knew, that also understood that, knew that that's what I was saying as well. That knew that, hey, man, Q, he was on point with that, PJ in the building. Who that, sir? Welcome to the podcast. Keep doing your thing, Big Q. New Orleans to ATX. Who that? Okay, Swade's with us. Swade, could you turn it? I think we have an echo coming from your end, sir. Are you here, Swade? I also understood that, knew that that's what I was saying as well. Swade? That, hey, man, Q, he was on point with that, Swade, can you hear me? PJ in the building. All right, family, we having little issues right there. We're going to get Swade in toward the end of the show because I want him to break out. Having a little issue here with the phones. But anyway, let's keep it rolling. Come next week, family. We got some stuff. Don't worry, family. We got a defective piece of equipment here that's basically malfunctioning. It's clipping and it's dropping the sound. But don't worry. Come next week, we'll destroy this piece of equipment that we have, and they'll have a better piece of equipment that will come. And we'll never experience these sound issues ever again. Who that to PJ Coach? I appreciate your comment, that PJ. And we're going to keep on rolling with it. But we played a little bit earlier about Dez Bryant. And, if family members can go back and remember that we actually, that we covered the Dez Bryant situation. And when Dez Bryant actually left the Saints, I remember saying that Dez Bryant has to come back to New Orleans because he has unfinished business to do. I mean, how do you have at the end of your first practice, you tear your hamstring? Your what was it? His ACL? I forget. But I mean, he injures himself, and then he comes back with the article, and he says pretty much what they're talking about is Dez Bryant said Saints will get first opportunity to sign me. That's kind of sensical to me. Porter did. We said that Dez Bryant has unfinished business, and the Saints should, he should look at being in New Orleans. Now, we heard people saying Green Bay and all this kind of stuff. I'm saying if he really wants to make an impression, they got a series of situations that Dez Bryant can go to play. But, I mean, come on. Why would you go anywhere but here to the Saints with Drew Brees and say, well, Q, we have a lot of wide receivers here, you know? I mean, could you imagine if Dez Bryant's healthy? Of course, he ain't going to be as fast as he was. But could you find a more fantastic and pretty much a more perfect slot man than Dez Bryant? Is there any – if Dez Bryant signs to your team, could you find any other wide receiver that can play in the slot that won't be as effective as he is? Wouldn't the slot position would be perfect for Dez Bryant because what it does is it puts, you know, he don't have all the speed he used to. He's a little older, but he still can catch. You know, he's still a big, physical wide receiver. And the Saints had that idea when they originally had him, that they would have him running routes that way. He's not afraid to go across the seams, and he's not afraid of a hit. So that's what I'm saying in terms of handling business with Dez Bryant. He says he wants to give the Saints an opportunity to sign him. So we are a team, man, to be honest with you, that we are a team that has a lot to consider. I mean, moving forward. Now, Dez Bryant, we had other people to come, but what are your thoughts, y'all? Y'all chime in. Y'all let me know how y'all feel. But this is some of the quotes he was saying from some of the article I played, some of the interview I played. It's, quote, "Yes, I do." Bryant answered when asked whether his body is up for another season of punishing hits in the NFL. Yeah, the man hadn't played in a while. I mean, so, of course, he's going to be in a position where when he finally becomes healthy, he could be able to play. And he says, "But that's all up to me. I have to make sure I'm right. I believe I can go out and win those one-on-one battles." And Bryant has an inkling of which jersey he would like to wear in his return to the pro. He doesn't have any ill wills toward the Saints. After all, his all too brief stint there ended, saying, I'll make sure I call the Saints first because I that was the quote from Dez Bryant. I'm gonna call the Saints first because I owe them. That's what Randy was mentioning. That's what he was talking about. And man, that's the whole deal, man. So the Saints, Bryant, Cooks, Thomas, Kamara would be lethal in red zone if Dez is healthy. That's what Charles say. Who that to you, Charles? Welcome in. And PJ Coltrane, we got again for speed. We need a big body possession receiver outside of Mike Thomas. Dez Bryant can answer. He's interested. He won't cost you a lot of money to bring him in, and he got a lot to prove. You know, so if Dez Bryant is healthy and he comes to you at the start or perhaps in a quarter inside of the season, and what would you do? You think Sean Payton would turn that down? Hell no, Sean Payton wouldn't turn that down. He'll find a way to fit Dez Bryant in the Saints offense. You know, and that's, to be honest with you, that's the deal. Big ups to you, Adrian. Thank you, baby, for your contribution towards the new equipment. Contribution toward the new equipment. And others, please contribute to the platform show, the Sports Coma. Some love. Yeah, family, you see we working, family, regardless or not. We're going to try to win this thing, and I appreciate you, Adrian. Thank you, baby, for your terrific and excellent donation. We most certainly will make sure we get that piece of equipment. That's good. But yeah, family, that's what we're talking about. We're going to bring Black Suede in here. I want to hear his thoughts on that Dez Bryant situation. And Suede's about to chime in. So very interesting, man, to hear that. And of course, we're going to talk about some business here. We're giving a shout out. I'm going to do it one more time. I know I did it a few times, but I want to give a shout out to Practical Paracords. Okay, Suede, we back in there. We got the lines working, brother. We got a few minutes left before we chime out. About 5 minutes left in the live stream. I want to get a shout out one more time to Practical Paracords. I know if people can't see this, you probably can see it now. Practicalparacords.etsy.com. Don Dennis Jr. He does all kind of really nice bracelets. He can put anything in it. St. Aug, if you got a school, Old Perry, Walker, Fauché, any of those schools or colleges or frats or professional teams that you like, this brother here can really do it. I'm giving him a lot of love, because he showed some love to the Sports Coma, donated a Sports Coma bracelet with the black and gold mantra all over it, and I will wear it in pride this entire season. So I appreciate the brother for doing that. Once again, giving them some love. And Suede, okay, sir, come on in with me on this one. I got the Dez Bryant thing I'm going to talk about. You heard me talk about, I played some articles from Dez Bryant as well. What do you think about
Right.
Dez Bryant saying that he going to give the Saints the first opportunity to sign him, and
Right.
he going to call them and he and let them know and give them the first chance to sign him, and he did say that I owe
Right.
them. So what do you think
He
about
does.
that?
He does. He does. He know he owes it. He has unfinished business here. And Dez Bryant would be a good pickup, man. He's just 30 years old. But I was kind of cautious about his Achilles, it being healed, or saying that it's being healed, and I think it's like pretty soon. Too soon if I also might add. But hey, still an addition of Dez Bryant, a healthy Dez Bryant, with Cooks, with Thomas, with Kamara. Just like Charles Williams said, will be very, very healthy, man. Will be very lethal, rather. Very lethal. And I'm all in with it, man. Let's go, Dan. Throw up the X, baby. Let's go.
Throwing up the X for Dez, man. Throwing it up for the brother. Hopefully he be healthy.
Yeah,
But if he got a mentality like that, man, and he's saying the Saints are the first one, it'll be hard pressed for me to say that the Saints would turn him down unless he's not healthy. And
Right.
if he's healthy, that would be a tremendous pickup, because he would definitely. I know the question was asked earlier about the slot wide receiver. In my opinion, I think the best slot guy you got right now is Rashard Matthews, because that's what he does for 7-8 years in the NFL. Behind him, you might can put Keith Kirkwood and the guys like that in that position, because I think Keith Kirkwood he can play that position. Traquan Smith, not so much. I think Traquan's more of what Ted Ginn Jr. is the deep threat. But outside of that, you got guys that probably won't make the team, like a Austin Carr, who will make a pretty decent slot man, in my opinion, because he can go across the middle. He's fearless and he can catch. But Dez Bryant is a different caliber of wide receiver. You add him with Jared Cook, you add him with Elvin Kamara, you add him with Mike Thomas, you add him with Teddy Ginn Jr., and you have a fantastic barrage, and I said barrage, of weapons, missiles, just bombarding the hell out of the defenses.
You don't know who to check.
You don't know who to check.
Who to keep an eye on. And everybody's, I guess, going to be man to man. I mean, it's crazy, dude. It's crazy.
I'm telling
If
you.
you pick up Dez, it'll be super crazy, man. And that should solidify our Super Bowl.
Should very well, brother. Well, and that's getting close to the end of the podcast. But before we go, I want to give a shout out to Black Suede for joining us tonight. Joining us for this full day. He was with us on the earlier pod screen.
Baby, through the fire. Through the fire.
Black Suede was with us earlier in the early morning, in the early today podcast, afternoon podcast, and then come back to recap the day 10 night activities at Tulane Stadium. He was down there putting in work. So
and I want to give a shout out. I want to give a shout out to Big Shirley. Big Shirley gave me a whole thing of onion rings. You know what I'm saying? Lord knows I love me some onion rings. Shout out to Big Shirley behind the doggone stand, baby. What's going on? I hear you holler.
Big Shirley, man.
Big Shirley.
Is she related to Cole Porter?
Don't play with her. Don't play with her. She looking out for your boy. Huh?
She got a cousin named Cole Brown.
No, she ain't got no cousin named Cole Brown. This ain't Martin. Yeah, leave Big Shirley alone.
Hey, bro, I appreciate it, man. And another thing, man, let's give a big mighty who that to Black Suede for contributing. He'll be back on future podcasts, giving his comedic take and insight on the Saints as well. And also, I want to make the family aware about Suede's business that he's in partnership with is BukuNola.com. BukuNola.com. It's an excellent resource for novelty tees and paraphernalia, merchandise that's exclusively New Orleans and tied to New Orleans nomenclature. Very famous words and things that word shirts and whatnot. Suede, talk to the family. Tell them about BukuNola.com, man. Let them know.
BukuNola.com. That's BOOKOO.com, man. It's with novelty T-shirts that captures the essence of one of the world's greatest cities, man. So you can go on there and find your K&B shirts. You know, these once was here, no longer here shirts like A&Ps. You catch your Nationals, your Eckers. We also got New Orleans phrases and words that we can only. We also capture New Orleans vernacular like nobody else. Like words like spending the night and boat y'all. You know what I'm saying? You can also go there and catch a couple of Saints paraphernalia, man. Some Tecmo Bowl Saints paraphernalia. So just go online, check it all out, man. Buku Nola. BookOONOla.com. That's BookOONOla.com.
BukuNola.com. That's where you go. Novelty shirts. I remember the old AMP. Y'all remember a lot of we have a lot of sports Coma family that remember a lot of the old Saints games going back. So I know they remember a lot of those shows, old stores that used to be used to be around with the purple. You had Eckert's, you know, the competition for Walgreens back in the day was Eckert's. You had
Eckert's, man.
You had
Woolworth. You got Swagman's. You got all kinds of
Charles
stuff.
Charles is asking about Woolworth. Is there a Woolworth shirt you got on BukuNola.com?
Not yet. We let out at least 4 different stores every month. So our first 4 this month is Maison Blanche, we have K&B, we have the AMP, and we have the Eckert. Next, this month we'll be bringing out our national. We'll probably bring out a Swagman, and we'll be bringing out Seafood City and Rosenberg.
Seafood City is a very pretty.
You know, so man, just stop by and check us out. We have fun, man. That's all it's all about, fun and love and loving the city that we in. Who that, baby? Sports Coma on the map.
Let's it, baby. For all the Sports Coma family, man, that's BukuNola.com for all the novelty shirts. Quincy asking about Piccadilly's in the old Carrollton Shopping Center.
Yeah, we can't do Piccadilly. I think they still have the Piccadilly's open.
Yeah,
you know what? Yeah. You know, thinking about that, because we started Hugh Biggs, dude.
Yeah, you got a Hugh Biggs. Yeah, that's right.
Right, and then all of a sudden, the next week, Hugh Biggs said they're coming back. I had to shut it down. I don't want those problems.
Okay, and Elite Goods said I need all 4 of them.
All right, BukuNola.com, baby. Come on down.
BukuNola. Right. Now Swade said that he gonna send some shirts here for me to model for the family. The AMP, a few of the shirts so that you can see, but you can go to BukuNola. But Swade's been very kind to send. He's gonna send a few sample shirts here for me to dine out for the family to show you what BukuNola's working with. So, you know, show the man some love at BukuNola, the family over there. They're doing good work at BukuNola.com, and that's really cool. Gino said Piccadilly's and Gentile Willie Shop. It says bringing memories back. A lot of that's no longer there, man. A lot of that's gone. It's like all gone, family. That's really big, man. So Quincy said I already bookmarked the site, so you got family, man. They're gonna show you some love. Everybody on the live stream, and I'm pretty sure when the live stream is over with, and it goes to the record, we're gonna have some people that's gonna watch the live stream that's not watching that. What's up, Chad? Who that, baby? I just seen you on there. Who that, Chad? It's been a while since you've been on the stream, sir. Welcome in. But BukuNola.com, very good website. Check the brother out. Show some love. The diehard black and gold guy. Remember, we got to support our diehard black and gold family members. We got to show love and support to those people. You know, if we're going to get that love support. Remember, we all a family dining this. We rise together. We fall together. We are the Saint Nation, baby. We are the Sports Coma Nation. Show BukuNola.com some love. And also show the other brother from Love that we talked about who made this fantastic bracelet. I'm going to do it again. Sports Coma Saints black and gold trim. Love it, man. I love it. It's awesome. If you want to get one of these, family, let's get on here. Let's get it. Practical Paracords. Practicalparacords.etsy. Practicalparacords.etsy.com to get you one. And you can get a Sports Coma one. You can get wherever you went to high school or college, you can have that put on it, and you can represent like I'm representing right now. So big ups to that brother for doing that. Big ups to Swade for stopping by in BukuNola.com, family. So I'd like to thank everybody for joining us today on the live stream, despite some of the technical issues we had with the phone this time around. As Swade so elegantly placed, Rob Kelly is upset because we made fun of him this morning, and he in turn is hacking the lines. Because he think we was hating on him. The Cowgirls don't like us to talk about the Saints, and of course the bum is Roger Goodell using his influence to try to shut us down. But guess what, Goodell, you're a chump. You're a chump and a jerk, Goodell. You're a chump. And also, we, like I said, family, thank y'all for joining us. on the Sports Coma. Look out for future shows, podcasts coming at you Monday and Tuesday down the line as we continue to cover Saints Camp going forward. Also, if you're a fan of the Sports Coma, feel free. We'll have some merch coming at you, merchandise, Arise Sports Coma shirts and gears coming up real soon. Next week we'll start our Madden game giveaways. If you guys are Madden gamers and you haven't got the game yet, you can be able to. We'll give you some information next week about signing up in our game giveaway for the Madden game giveaway, and we got concerts, all that concerts. The consoles for we'll be giving out a console, a PS4 console 2 coming up real soon. Letting y'all know about that, and a lot going on.
You know what, Q?
Yes, sir.
You know what, Q? Might have to do a Sports Coma Fantasy Football League, man.
A Sports Coma Fantasy Football League. I had that thought, man. But I don't know if I can be able. I mean, that could be really interesting. I think the family would like that.
Yeah, interact with our people, man. You know what I'm saying? So I could beat some people in fantasy football.
That might be interesting, man. I think I'm gonna share that with the fam. What y'all say about that, family? Would y'all participate in the Fantasy Football League and Sports Coma
Fantasy Football League?
Let me know, family.
Make sure we do it within the next 4 weeks, man.
Yeah.
Make sure so they should vote now.
Well, I'm gonna hit the family with the thought, and y'all chime in. Let me know about that, family. Would y'all be interested? And if you play fantasy football, a lot of people don't, but some do. If you're interested in playing fantasy football, family, would you be interested in playing the Sports Coma Fantasy Football League? We might have to get that going, and Crunk, get that going, man. That sounds like that could be a lot of fun. But yeah, family, I thought that sounds good. But man, I'd like to thank everybody, man, for joining us here. Thank you, Adrian, for putting that out there. New Orleans Novelty T-shirts, BukuNola.com, Eckerd's Can Be, everything going on. Y'all keep that website. Also, remember the brother that make bracelets from Practical Paracords, .etsy.com. Remember him as well. You can get that. Larry said had a Who a Day shirt in '93. A Who a Day shirt. A Who
that shirt? Who a Day?
Who a Day?
Who Day
shirt.
Not Who Day, huh? Not the Bengals Who Day. Is it? No, please.
Who a Day? Is that's Who a Day, Larry?
Chad say y'all. Wardy. That's Wardy. That's Wardy.
Wardy shirt.
That's Wardy, man.
Larry, you old school, baby. We got the Wardy shirt. Damn, that is old school, bro. Chad said y'all don't want to play fantasy football. I'm a ringer. Chad.
All right.
So but yeah, family. Thank y'all for joining us today on the Adrian said that's a good idea. Vote for the Sports Coma Fantasy Football League. What y'all think? Let BQ know. Yeah, let me know, family, if y'all think about that. I'll fire it up, man. We'll get a fantasy football league going for bragging rights or what have you, and we have a lot of fun with it, interacting with the family. But thank y'all for joining us today on this 1 hour on this 1 hour live stream, breaking down day number 10 of the Saints camp at Tulane. And Larry said we got to bring that Warday shirt back. So you might have to look into that. Larry want one. But yeah, thank you, family family members, the Sports Coma family, for joining us tonight. Thank y'all. If you aren't a subscriber, feel free to subscribe. Gino, I know you just chiming in. If you haven't subscribed, brother, please do so. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the notification bell. Remember, YouTube created that notification bell because if you're a subscriber, sometimes you're not gonna always get notified when somebody posts or when we post the show. So they create the bell to kind of remedy that. So please, that's very important to hit the notification bell too, because it'll notify you when we go and do shows. And we'll have shows this entire week covering Saints camp, interviews. I'll break down everything. Sway to chime in as well. So thank the family for joining us tonight here on the Sports Coma. I know it's kind of light. We here covering the black and gold, baby. You're going to sleep well. So thank you. Thanks, Wade, for coming in here. Thank all of y'all, Larry, Elite Goods, Chad chiming in, Quincy, Gino, everybody, Charles, everybody, man. Thank y'all for joining in. PJ, a new guy to the show as well. Subscribe, PJ, if you haven't already. Hit that bell, brother. Glenn, Jerome in the building as well, and everybody else. 985G, I ain't forget about you. Sean, Big ups to you, my boy. Everybody, thank y'all for joining us tonight, man.
And Adrian B.
That's right, everybody. Thank y'all, Adrian. Thank y'all. Love y'all, man. Who that to y'all, and peace. Thank y'all for joining us tonight. We'll see you later. Peace.